Finally, a good performance from Johnny Depp. Finally. Black Mass, directed by Scott Cooper, is the movie starring Johnny Depp as the big gangster from the 1980s known as James Whitey Bulger from South Boston. Now, Jimmy Bulger was part of the Irish Mafia. Back in the 80s, the Irish Mafia were battling over territory with the Italian Mafia. And when Jimmy gets out of prison for serving time in Alcatraz, he makes an alliance with John Connolly, FBI agent, who was played in the movie by Joel Edgerton. Connolly agrees to give Bulger protection. He agrees that the FBI will not go after him and will only go after the Italian Mafia if Bulger gives up information on the Italians. So Jimmy can become as big as he wants and can do whatever he wishes as long as he's willing to give up information to John for protection. So basically, John Connolly is selling his soul to one devil and the FBI in order to take out another devil. The movie is really good. Johnny Depp is excellent as Jimmy Bulger, and he's very intimidating. The makeup is great. A lot of people were saying that with the makeup, Johnny Depp doesn't look anything like James Bulger. Well, of course he doesn't look like the way James Bulger looks now. I mean, it's 2014. But he does look the way that Jimmy Bulger did back in the 1980s if you compare that picture. So, yeah, he does look like Jimmy Bulger, so I have to disagree with you on that. And he really does a great job of transforming himself into this character. You feel that he is Jimmy Bulger. Joel Edgerton is really good as well as the FBI agent who makes the alliance with Jimmy, and I like how much of a weasel he was in the movie. Dakota Johnson plays Jimmy's wife, and she's really good. Kevin Bacon plays the head of the FBI. He was really good as well. Then there's Corey Stoll, plays the district attorney that's going after Jimmy Bulger. He was very good. Adam Scott plays an FBI agent. He was good. And Peter Skarsgård plays an associate of Jimmy. He was good. Benedict Cumberbatch plays Jimmy's brother Billy, who is a state senator. He was very good, although his Boston accent sounds so fake since he's a British actor. So let's talk about the negatives of this movie. The negatives is that Corey Stoll doesn't get enough screen time. He's supposed to be the counter to Jimmy Bulger. He's supposed to be the protagonist, a guy you're supposed to root for in order to go after Jimmy. But he doesn't come into the third act, so he is really not developed well enough. The third act goes by way too quickly. The movie would have been benefited if it was a half an hour longer or maybe an hour longer in order to really develop Corey Stoll's character, develop the chase and everything. Dakota Johnson plays Jimmy's wife, and she doesn't get enough screen time either, and she's pretty good in the movie too. Benedict Cumberbatch's character, he's not developed enough either. Maybe the reason why he doesn't get enough screen time is because his Boston accent's not very good. But it would have been benefited if he was developed a little bit more and got a little bit more screen time. Jimmy's illegal activities with drugs, since Whitey introduced illegal drugs to Boston, that is briefly mentioned in this movie. The movie would have benefited if that part of Jimmy's life was better developed as well. So I think a lot more of the details that this movie misses could be more explored if you were to watch the documentary that is on Netflix, which is called Whitey. You can probably get a better description about Jimmy Bolger from that. But I really did like this movie. I do find some rewatchability from it. So I definitely would like to see this movie again. I'm going to give this movie a B. Definitely check this movie out.